Well, I have two questions here from the audience for you. And I hope you'll be satisfied, right, after he finishes, right? How do you explain grace, dispensation, and faith?
All right, it's a three-part question. How do you explain grace? Today, grace as we know it, of course, the generic interpretation is, the undeserved or unmerited favor. But we understand that I look more at grace as a divine enablement to accomplish a specific task that is God-pleasing. So God will grace you with an ability, or He'll grace you with strength, or grace you with wisdom. However, there's today what's classified as cheap grace.
I never heard that one before.
Yeah, no, cheap grace, because today you can do almost anything and God understands. God has seen that long before you did it, and He has factored in your forgiveness. So you can live like hell and still declare that you're going to heaven, because God knows when He called you that you live by hell, but He still said you are a child of heaven. So we call it cheap grace. We call it cheap grace. So there's a revelation of grace today, which is important. But grace is not just something inanimate. Grace, Titus says, the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared unto all men, teaching them. Grace teaches us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, godly, and righteously in this present world. So grace is a teacher. Grace is a teacher. And when we think of grace, you say grace, there are two other aspects to it.
Grace, dispensation.
Dispensation, it's a time in which that God allows to have a particular thing done. And that there was a dispensation when God would populate the world, and He allows, Adam and Eve, and He allows, of course, family members to marry within. And there's a dispensation when He calls it incest, and he stops that.
Yes.
So there's a time when one thing is okay, and then of course after God accomplishes a particular plan, because He's sovereign, He changes the rules. And as a game changer, we call it now a dispensation. This dispensation that we're living in is a dispensation of grace. And so when we understand that God now, His rules, they don't vary, but the New Testament rules is what we subscribe to live by.
Yes.
And that is how we are governed and function, by living by these rules.
Okay. And faith.
Okay, now, faith in any generation, in any dispensation, is pleasing to God. But the problem with this end time generation, and I hate to be problematic, but Luke 18:8 says, even when the Son of Man returns, will He find faith on the earth? In other words, faith will be such a rare thing by the time Jesus returns.
Wow.
So He says, by the time I return, will I find faith? Now, in the dispensations past, faith was the underlying principle that brought the gospel, that brought, the apostles, that brought many of the elders and the fathers to the place where they laid the foundation for the church. But by the time Jesus returns, faith will be under such fire that will be the genocide of faith. Jesus is saying, will the Son of Man find faith when He returns? So we understand that as in this dispensation, faith is become very rare. Genuine faith, not faith in faith, but faith in God.
Wow.
Because there are people today who have faith in the principles that if you believe, anything can happen. But not if you believe in God, you make what happens sovereignly, the will of God.
Wow.
We can have 2 or 3 people here who touch and agree negatively. Every Thursday, the Church of Satan prays against marriages. So now you have Christian marriages that are dissolving. Why? Because 2 or 3 of them touch and agreeing, and you can see the result of their negative agreement of faith. So then now faith becomes a way in which that, it's presumptuous and foolishness. In the presumption, we talk about, I'm going to cut a check by faith. Well, you have $18.43 in the bank, and you're cutting a check for $500. Talk about by faith. When by faith, you're being foolish. You're being foolish. So today, we really don't want to live practically by faith, because what it is if God breaks the rules of certain things that now creates new dollars, the Treasury Department is going to find that these dollars have numbering systems, and God has violated the principle as a lawgiver and as a lawkeeper. It's like a person, you want to lose weight and you're talking about, I'm just going to curse these calories, and you are feeling out that there's some practical things that need to complement your profession of faith.
Is that what they call blind faith, Bishop?
Blind faith, what's this, Judith? Blind faith is crossing the street, and blind faith says, we can't touch this. So blind faith says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But real faith looks left, Look right, look left again.